Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk, thinking right out here in my lab in the wee hours of the morning, doing what I do for you. I got a nice lesson for you today. You say it all the time, and I'm right all the time. Whether you believe it, think it or not, I know I'm right when I say what I'm saying. So here I go again. Let's talk about how self-mastery is what? Mastering what we call spiritual science. The belief system don't have science. They don't use facts. They just want you to believe. I can't co-sign that. So let's talk about it right quick. I did some 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tuning in and receiving them, I greatly appreciate you. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You will what I do. That's what I do. A person who knows not that they know not, is foolish. Disregard them, don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my yacht be true. Fresh glasses, I look good now, I feel better. All right, here we go. Right thinkers. P-Funk philosophy says self-mastery is you mastering your spiritual science. You can be spiritual, but you got to put some scientific proof to it to make it legit. That's how you manifest concepts and ideas, by putting them to use. Science puts you to prove a fact. If I put this with that, this is going to happen. So you need some science with your spirituality. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Let's go. Science is knowledge. Spiritual is emotions, feelings. Okay. I tell you, I'm spiritual, not religious. Because you're religious don't make you spiritual. Understand? I've been telling you that for years. I ain't going through that right now. But I'm also scientific. I study. I learn science for myself to understand how things work. And I was in school, we had physical science, show you kinetic energy, every little the simple stuff that we take for granted. We used to teach that in school. They don't do that no more. So y'all got no knowledge of little simple stuff. Y'all got no science going with you. Everything is God, God, God. No, God the devil. There's more to life than God and the devil. Science, okay? We got math, we got a whole bunch of stuff that we can learn. But when you have scientific proof to what? To prove facts, the truth. When you talk about God, well, I don't believe in God. I don't give a damn what you believe in God. How you think what here? Simply that. So I'm not having an argument. I make back in the day when I had them little people in the group, God and God, this is, I read to a few of them. I said, hold your breath. Don't exhale, don't inhale for 4 minutes. What's going to happen? You're going to lose consciousness. And if you don't get no air the next 2 minutes, you will lose your life. Why? You need oxygen to survive. That's God presented us that. The oxygen was here before we was. Why? He knew we were going to need it. Moving on. That's a quick definition, scientifically, facts about God. You ain't got to argue back and forth. Well, God blessed me. God did. No. God is God. You have to prove your personal relationship with God. Live it. Show it. Spirituality is you knowing and living under your God understanding, because the proof that God exists with you is the what? Blessings that you receive from him. Who you think is blessing you? God. Okay? Not man. Things that man can't do, we give it to God. Things that we don't know, we give it to God. We still don't know what 90% of what's going on out there is. Okay? Give it to God. Dark matter, whatever, ether. They call it all kind of names for it. Why? They won't say they don't know. If I'm confronted with a situation where I don't know, I'm going to tell you I don't know. I'm not going to try to make up. I can't stand that making up nonsense. I'm going to tell you the truth as best I know. If I don't know, I can't tell you. And I tell you, I don't know. But when you use scientific study, proof, then God, aka the supreme being, the creator of all things, comes a lot more clearer. You can understand. I looked at animal nature. Look at nature. Every animal, that goat, that mountain goat, man, he don't give a damn about gravity. Them things, they just jump off the mountain, just fly through the air. They just chill. They're just going down 100 feet. Damn, descending. They don't even freak out. They just take the ride. So they go up that mountain and they lick that salt. But when they want to come down, they just jump out and just come on down. Amazing. Man can't do that. That's what I'm trying to show you. I see things that recognize God in everything you see. We call it nature. All right, life. The spirit is God. Being spiritual or having spirituality, that means living, following your spirit, adhering to your spirit with spiritual knowledge, God knowledge. You have to have knowledge of God along with scientific proof. You got the proof right here. Modern times, they tell you everything what our ancients told us before we got modern technology. They knew all this back then. Y'all give me information about the body. Give me information about the mind. I knew that already. Why? From my ancients. I ain't studied nothing new. Everything I got is old. And it still works. Again, spiritual knowledge along with scientific proof, you can obtain what we know to be self-knowledge. You need to know you are God. You need to come to grips and understand through what? Studying, practicing who you are. If not, you'll be back again. This belief system y'all call religion, I don't subscribe to it. Can't stand it. Why? You don't really want my opinion about that. I know it was designed to do just what it's doing now. Enslave, spiritually and mentally enslave you with a concept that you think is good, but really don't serve you. And because you had the true power of belief, you're going to make what ain't is. That's a miracle. That ain't blessings. Y'all create miracles on the strength and the power that you have that you ain't even know about. I'm trying to get you to recognize that power, and you ain't got to worry about following some religious concept that's going to lead you down the wrong way. Belief system, religions don't work for everyone. Why? If it's good, it'll work for everybody. If it's right, it'll work for everybody. What that tell you? I'm just trying to lay it out there for you. I ain't making an argument. I'm just making a point. If it works, if it's good, it shouldn't just work for the Christian. It should work for everybody who follow it. But it don't. Why? Lies. That's why. But I don't give a damn. A lie is a lie is a lie. You can believe a lie all you want. That don't change it from being a lie. You just believe it. Belief systems don't work. Religions are belief systems, and there's no scientific proof. They just want you to believe what they tell you. I don't subscribe to that. Why? I have self-knowledge. And my self-knowledge tells me that makes no sense. So I'm not going to subscribe to something that don't make sense to me. You can do what you want to do. Moving on. But if it can't be proven, I'm not going with it. I'm not following it. That's just my choice. That's my way of life. I practice a philosophy that I can understand. It makes sense to me. It answers all of my questions. It checks all the boxes for me. Religion don't do that. Moving on. I don't care how much and how deep you believe in that book. I don't give a damn. Trust me, my best friend, I love him. But I don't give a damn about that book that he loves so dear. That's his thing, not mine. He probably feels the same way about my right thing philosophy. But we respect the fact that if that's working for you, I can't knock it. I don't do it, but I can't knock it. Why? It's working for you. That's why I respect Christians. Why? I know I know a family, I got people I fellowship with who I see as doing what they profess to do. Living, doing what they claim their religion held them accountable to do, following Christ. I ain't got a problem with that. I ain't got to follow them. I love them, I fellowship with them, but I don't have to follow their philosophy or their concepts at all. And they respect me for that. So I go to church every week. I'm the right thinking man. I'm not no damn Christian. But when I go into that church, I'm all Christian. Why? It's all about God. I got that problem. I'm going to fellowship for that reason. That's why I'm there and love being there. If I didn't, I wouldn't go. Nobody making me go to church. I enjoy it. Okay. But again, I get my spiritual love. I got to get a dose of love when I go to church. That's what I go there for. The love, the spiritual togetherness that we come around, the camaraderie that we have in the name of God. I got a problem with that. Okay. I need that in my life. That helps me, keeps me where I need to be. I have other people who think like I do, feel like I do, and we get together weekly. All right. And first of all, I study daily. I study religions, I study philosophy, and I know the truth about that book y'all call the Bible. And it is a book, let me explain to you, myths, allegories, astrological, and zoomorphic concepts about the human body. That is you. It's breaking you down, and y'all don't even know what the hell going on. But y'all claim, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. Moving on. But y'all think that book is real. That's the problem with all you Christian faith-based people. What makes you think anybody in that book existed? There's no gravesite for nobody. There's no headstone, tombstone of nobody. But y'all just believe that they're real. No, they're not. And the more we try to say that, the more y'all get crazy. So I don't have that argument. I don't play that game with y'all no more. Why? That's a useless fight. When somebody believes something, I tell you, in the 5 kinds of people, a person who knows not, but believe that they do is dangerous. That's all y'all religious people. Y'all dangerous. Really are. I can't trust y'all. Moving on. That's why. Y'all don't know, but you believe you do. And those kind of people is dangerous. Somebody who believes they know something don't, leave them alone. If you're a leader, lead by example. Don't lead by broken. No, just lead. When you're leading, all you got to do is start and see who follow you. I'm like the Pied Piper right now. Every day I look back, there's no people. Uh-oh. Yeah, bandwagon getting thick. Bandwagon getting heavy. That means you must be doing something right. So I continue to do what it is I do for you. All right. So again, belief I don't work with. Spirit is the belief in the supreme being, a.k.a. God. That makes you spiritual because you believe in a higher power. Now, who and what you call him and how you serve him is your choice. But we all understand there's a higher power. I stop right there. Once we understand that, now okay. How you do whatever you do, that's what we're going to do for. And I ain't got a problem with that. Why? Because it don't affect me. What you do, how you do, what you eat don't make me fat. That's why. Again, who you worship, don't bless me. God, in my understanding, I get my blessings from him, not your God. Allah, Ishkabibble, Yahweh, I don't give a damn. Okay? My God is one that I know. Right there, that guy. All right? Where we at? So, spirit is having an understanding of a supreme being, a.k.a. God. I tell you, I don't believe in God. Carl Jung, on his deathbed, he was a psychiatrist. Everything was mental, yeah, but he never answered the question of his belief in God. On his deathbed, he said, no, after all my study, everything I've been doing, I can't say that I believe in God. Everybody freaked out. He said, no, from my understanding, my experiences, and what I understand, I know God. That's where I stand. That's what I stand on. You can't tell me a damn thing about God. Okay? You can express your blessings, your likes or dislikes, but you can't, me and God is personal. That's my relationship that I don't need to share with nobody or prove to nobody or need nobody's approval. It's personal. God relationship is your own experience with your higher self. And nobody can speak for that but you. That's why. And God is for everybody, but everybody ain't for God. You figure that out. Okay. But again, in life, if you're living right, that's an indicator right there. If religion, following Christ, gives you to live right, then the God of Christ will bless you for living right. That's not a problem for me at all. Why? Because if you living right, you be the beneficiary of that. I'm telling you, I'm living right. Why? Because I'm benefiting from living right. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. I'm not trying to preach to you about how good God is. No, I ain't got time for that. I'm teaching you how to live, and you get God's eye. You earn his blessings by what? Good deeds. The God of your understanding, that's who you should be worshiping, and that's who you should be getting the blessings from. Whoever you call it, what name you go by, it make a difference to me. Okay, but blessings is God's calling card for his believers who what? Do what he believes they should be doing, and he will bless them for doing that. Man, don't do that. And blessings that you, what? Blessings are your proof of a supreme being who is looking at your deeds and watching. But he ain't up there in the clouds. No, he's inside you. That's the difference in religion. Y'all put God outside of man. I ain't messing with you. Moving on. That's my hope. But I don't give a damn. But my pastor put Christ inside you. Okay, I'm with that. But if you told me God up in heaven, man, I'm out. Nah, we ain't playing that game. Moving on. And anybody who does that, I'm not going to entertain that. Simple as that. You can do it. I ain't got a problem. I just won't entertain that. Moving on. Okay. Righteous and virtuous deeds, meaning living right, doing right by people, treating people the way you want to be treated. All the stuff that y'all say. If you actually manifest and live it, something unique will happen. You'll be blessed. Yeah, that's what it's there for. It is. Oh, y'all just thought they just sound good to saying it. No, when you manifest what you were learning, you'll find out for yourself if it's true, if it's right or not. Simple as that. So, do you know you? Rightism, virtuous living, leads you to do what he knows, what he allows or wants you to do. And when he see you doing that, he will give you something we call blessings. Situations that's betterment. Adversities is God's way of saying, this is punishment. Blessings are giving you your reward. I use my own God's experience for my own self to prove God is real in my life. I don't have to prove God to you. That's your deal. That's your situation, not mine. Preachers try to convince you. I ain't here trying to convince you about God. I told you, I'm going to do that. I ain't selling God. No, I'm trying to get you to know him for yourself. In science, along with spirituality, you can have a better perspective. They said, my man Neil deGrasse said, the percentage of smart people goes down about their belief in God, the smarter and wiser you get. Why do you think that is? They become to understand a few things. Science proves certain things. Yeah, you ain't just about have on belief. No, you need to have some understanding. And science is the proof, aka facts, to prove what you believe is right or wrong. Because you believe it, don't make it always right. Your belief in a lie, that's what religion does. Y'all believe a lie. I know that. Y'all just don't. But we now know, after over 5 years of what? The heart being light as a feather. 5,000 years. The Maya philosophy has been in effect 5,000 years. And the concept is when you live and do the right thing, your heart will become light. Heart purification. That's my next lesson I got for you coming up. Yeah, I'm in the mood right now. And she does that for you. Okay? When you live in Maya, you learn how to purify one's heart. What? Prepare for Judgment Day. They wasn't hooked on death. They wasn't scared of death. To them, death was the transition that to get them to the afterlife. So they ain't fully aware of that. They were only going to die. No, ignorant people scared of death. Why? They don't know. That's why, themselves. And we know what? Science is the way to prove it. And we know modern science have proven, again, science to prove what? The heart has its own brain, and the brain in the heart is bigger than the brain that's in our head. And they spell heart conscious, CONSCIENC, for that reason. It's a proven fact that everything lies in the heart of man. The shadow, my man's favorite character. They said, who knows what evil lurks in the heart of man? The shadow knows. He was a bad guy, so he knew. He knew the heart. I didn't know that then, but I get it now. He knew who the shadow was. But the bigger brain that's in the heart, but the brain that's in our head is only a temporary connection to the heart. Heart-mind coherence, meaning the brain got to become conscious of the true power which lies in the heart, where God dwells in the temple not made in human hands. He's here consciously. God is conscious and spirit. Heart, mind, coherence. That's where you'll find God. One without the other, the severed connection don't work. When y'all do this, y'all severing your connection between the heart and mind. Y'all don't know that, but again, another lesson. See, again, we do stuff, don't know what it is, but we still do it. The consequences of your actions, whether you know it or not, is still going to be the consequences. Well, I didn't know. Oh, you know now, don't you? Okay, that's life lessons teach you the best experience in life. The best teacher in life is experience. So whatever you didn't know or you think you know, experience will prove it out one way or another. That's called science. Okay, yeah, science. And when you truly know your heart is pure, how? By living a certain way. That's how you purify the heart. And watch this. See, with science and belief system, they don't stand a chance. Science and the belief system, they don't go together. Why? Belief system don't want science. Science don't want a belief system. So they like oil and water. They're not going to mix. Okay. Spiritual and science will mix. Why? Because the spirit is open for scrutiny. Check me out. Yeah. As a Mason, I'm willing to be tried, never denied, and when I prove myself, you can try me again. Moving on. Where we at? See, okay, right there. That's why science and belief system have a beef. Heart is spirit. That's this. That's this. That's what's going to speak for you at Judgment Day. You know that? Well, I thought it was going to be panel 12 people. No. 12 people, your 12 cranial nerves. They've been there the whole time, too. Those are your judges. The jury box, okay? Oh, this thing is getting funny. Why? Because I see my scene, weighing of the heart scene, done totally different. Same thing, but just put totally different. That freaked me out, but I loved it. But your heart is your spirit. Your mind is your scientific, aka your consciousness. That's what does the thinking. I do the feeling around here, Baba Louie. Your head has to be under control. It has to be full of knowledge. You acquire it by learning, listening, and reflecting and meditating. Those are ways that you learn. I feel with my heart. Yeah. In most all women, the heart is the right side of the brain. That's the female side. That's the emotional side. I don't let that lead me nowhere. Period. No, emotions are good followers, good servants, bad leaders. So I'm not led by my emotions. I want my science. Okay, science is what proves God is spirit. Okay, God is life, spirit. When we say spiritual knowledge, that means God knowledge. When I say you're God conscious, that means you have God on the mind and your mind on God when? All the time. Yeah, I call it being prayed up. I'm God conscious. I live in a meditative state of mind. I keep God present in my mind. I keep my mind on God. So that keeps me from what? Doing certain things. It was a proven fact. It took a bunch of kids, 2 third-grade classes. One class, they had a chair sitting in front of the room, and they said, that's God. Can't see him, but he's there. Okay, they gave the spirit talking, okay. And when the people left out, the adults left out the room, left the kids in the room, they was obedient. Why? They thought God was watching them. Watch the mindset. Watch this. Perfect example. And they acquiesced themselves with nobody in the room but that concept of God. And they was well-mannered. Next group of kids, they took a person, set them in their seat. That's God. Okay, yeah, we go, yeah. So when the God got up and left out, what do you think the kids did? Knowing that God was gone. Okay, the presence of God in the flesh is gone. So to them, he ain't around. They wild out. Not wild, but they did what kids do. Okay, but the kids who thought God was there, even though they can't see him, they controlled themselves. You see where we're going? That's the mind game. That's the mind game. You can teach them and trick them and teach them at the same time. Why? Because all you got to do is lay it out there and let them go for it. Give them the truth. Don't BS them. That's why. And it works like a charm. Need to do more of that. Why? Psychologically, we need to have faith in that invisible thing that we don't see. Because we want to deal with the one we see. That's your parents. Okay, I know them. They're in the flesh. That ain't God. He's my creator, my father, but he ain't God. Sorry, moving on. Let me oh, Lord, I saw a little too far. All right, let me wrap this up. I got to go. Oh, yeah, I'm late. God dog it. But again, we are spiritual beings. That means we are of spirit. That means God. We have life. And we're here having a human, which is a conscious experience for this. The idea. When you die, they keep this. They keep the stomach, the liver, the kidneys. They keep 4 parts of the body. Your lungs, the stomach, and the testes. Okay. They throw the brain away. Why? It's no use. They got the heart. They keep the heart. Why? That's what you're going to be judged by. That's ancient. And they found out today, yeah, the heart, we found the heart, brain is 10 times bigger than the brain. Really? How'd you find that out? We've been telling you that for thousands of years. But again, with science and technology, now you got to prove. That's all. Y'all want to just believe. No, get proof. Now you ain't got to believe. Now you know. God shouldn't be believed in. God should be known. Moving on. Let me wrap it up. Again, appreciate you tuning in. Well, I'm storytelling this morning. All right, here we go. We are spirit beings. Why? Because God gave us the spirit, and He gave us a brain, the conscious, to have a human experience, to know Him, and to go back to be with Him in spirit. You got to be conscious. Spirit without conscious can't go home. God gave us life, spirit. That's life. And science, aka the mind, to what? Know Him. For every individual has the right to know God for themselves. Ain't nobody got a lock on God. God is universal. He's for all, and all is for God. We got to figure that part out. God ain't got to figure that out. He done got that done already. Wrapping it up. So spirit without science is just belief. Okay? It's like the yin without the yang. I call that religion. Religion don't really do it for me. So I got to hold that over there. Knowledge and understanding, studying and living, that's what does it for me. And that's what I give to you. Why? That's what I know. I don't know religion. I don't practice religion. I didn't master religion. Okay? But my pastor did. So I listen to him when it comes to that. When it comes to this, you got to listen to me. Hope you enjoy the lesson right there because I'm having fun. Hope you're learning something because that's my goal. That's my point. And in closing, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I never know the many right thinkers who understand self-mastery is mastering spiritual science who passed away. Knowing is a lot better than believing. Trust me.